Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and today for you guys we're going to be talking about some very interesting topics. The main thing being why it's a good idea to sometimes take a break from the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Now before I get started today guys, I just want to admit to you guys that I do apologize if my tripod legs for my tripod for my camera, if they're a little bit offset or a little bit messed up. I was filming on the side of a hill earlier and I'm just hoping they're working out now. I got it all properly arranged and aligned and everything, so the video is not all slanted and I look like I'm filming like this with my head crooked. But today guys, just like I said earlier, we're going to be talking about why it's a good idea to take a break from the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! We're going to talk about my personal experience when I took a long break from the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! I guess you could say 2009, really. I guess you could say mid 2009 to very late 2010. I actually started to get back into the game like December of 2010, but I really wasn't back into it. I guess you could say till like 2011, maybe February or something like that. I can't remember, it's been a long time ago. But we're going to talk about my reasons why I did it. So from personal experience here, why it's a good idea to take a break from the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! What I learned from it, what it taught me, and we're also going to be talking about those little in-between breaks that you take in between the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Maybe for a format or a couple of weeks, and why that's sometimes a good thing as well, and the pros and cons of it. So personally, we'll start off with my personal experience. So when I was, I guess you could say, 18 and 19 and into my early 20s, I guess you could say, like 20 years old, in 2009 I decided to take a break from the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Now at the time, in the beginning of 2009, I was pretty much playing the game even though a lot of my friends around me were not playing. I still had my brother who I played Yu-Gi-Oh! with, but not a lot of friends in my high school really played Yu-Gi-Oh! Pretty much no one did. I was kind of the last person that was still playing it because I still had connections, I still had friends that played it, I was good at it and things like that, but priorities started to take over my life, I guess you could say, at that time in my life. I was in my senior year of high school and my late junior year of high school at that time too, so my junior going into my senior year in 2009. And I wanted to look further into like my future, furthering my education and such things. So I was thinking to myself, well, I want to try to get a scholarship maybe, and because I am playing, I'm good at track, I'm good at football, I have good grades for the most part, maybe I can get a scholarship to get a free ride into college, which sadly did not happen, or I could find a good college to go to, and then I can weigh my options at the end of the year. So Yu-Gi-Oh! Got put on the back burner because, not because of the fact that I didn't enjoy the game, but it was more so because I wanted to take a break and focus on my priorities. So that's what happens. Plus, as I've said before, that was when I had my first girlfriend my junior year. Going into my senior year, I had my first girlfriend, and I really liked her and all that stuff, and I wanted to focus my attention on her, enjoying my senior year, enjoying my my last couple of years with a bunch of guys that I had played sports with since I was little, some guys that I've been with for years, and this was gonna be our last year together for me, before we all went off and did our own thing really. And so I decided to enjoy that. I thought, talking to people, talking to older people like my sisters, and I guess you could say my dad, and other, hearing what they thought. So I decided to focus my stuff on the future and enjoying the now instead of just playing Yu-Gi-Oh!, which I knew I could pick up later down the road. So pretty much what I decided to do is, which you've been seeing the last couple months as I've been cleaning up my house. I took everything that I owned, pretty much Yu-Gi-Oh! Related, boxed it up, sealed it up, and just put it throughout my house and hid it. And I didn't start finding the stuff. I found when I got back into the game, I guess you could say, early 2011, I started finding the stuff again. And I was like, oh, there's that, oh, I found this, I found that. And I started, taking all my stuff out, but there were some things I couldn't find, and I didn't remember where I put them, like my play mats and things like that. And I was like, well, where did I leave some of this stuff? So I had to go searching for it, and I found it, but then I forgot where I hid it again. So stuff like that happened. So when I got back into the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! It was mainly because the fact that I decided to, instead of going to a 4-year school, because I didn't get a full ride scholarship, I got partial rides. Partial rides to some good schools, but I said, for the finances in the long term, I better go to a community college because that'll be cheaper, more effective, and then I can go to the 4-year school of my choosing, which is what I did, and it worked out beautifully because as of right now, I am $0 in debt from going to the University of George Mason. So yes, I'm probably one of the few people that can say I went to college and I didn't have debt when I got out of college. I don't know how I did that, but I'm somehow pulling it off. Pretty much I'm cutting corners and saving all my pennies and counting them up. But yes, that's what I've done. And so I met my friends Will and Reggie, and I got back into the game, and Alex and Gerald. I met these guys at my community college. I noticed that people there were playing Yu-Gi-Oh, so I was like, well, I play Yu-Gi-Oh. I haven't played it in a couple years, but let me get back into it. So got all my stuff out, like I said earlier, and started playing the game again. But what did it teach me? In the end, pretty much taking a break from the game of Yu-Gi-Oh taught me a couple things. It taught me to prioritize. It taught me that Yu-Gi-Oh wasn't the only thing in life. There were other things in life that were just as fun and as important, and things you had to take care of before you could play the game of Yu-Gi-Oh as a pastime. Plus, it also taught me that when you're not playing Yu-Gi-Oh in real life, you actually can have a lot of money on your hands to spend on other things besides cards. But even since I've gotten back into the game of Yu-Gi-Oh, I've sometimes taken a break from the game of Yu-Gi-Oh, from playing in real life and online. I find that it's a good thing because sometimes the game can get really you get so absorbed in the game, you get tunnel vision, and you don't look at what's going on behind you, and you can't take care of your priorities sometimes. I mean, I'm not saying you forget to pay the mortgage on your house, or you forget to pay gas or go to work. I'm just saying, when you get home, you play some Yu-Gi-Oh. When you get off work, you just do Yu-Gi-Oh. You go spend time with your girlfriend. Before you know it, 3 months has passed by, or a couple months have passed by. So it gives you a chance to prioritize, to step back. It gives you time to save up money for things you really want. It teaches you money skills, so okay, I want to save my money up this, for the next 8 months for Toons and Red Eyes, because those are the 2 decks I want to play because I'll enjoy them and I have fun. So you just set your money aside for that, because Yu-Gi-Oh won't become a main part of your life. You'll understand by taking small breaks from the game of Yu-Gi-Oh that there's other things in life. It helps you prioritize, like I said, turn your attention to other things that are important into life for the future and things of that nature. So that's what I learned by taking small breaks in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh, and I would highly suggest to anybody that if you feel like Yu-Gi-Oh is just not fun right now, take a break from it. You don't have to do what I've heard many players say is, when you want to quit the game of Yu-Gi-Oh or take a break, you have to sell all your stuff, all your important stuff. You don't have to do that. Do what I did, I would suggest to you. Get a big couple boxes, maybe get 2 boxes, label them Yu-Gi-Oh, put all your stuff that's Yu-Gi-Oh related in those boxes, and put them away somewhere where you're not gonna, they'll be safe, they'll be secure, but you're not gonna see them on a daily basis where you're like, oh, I can play Yu-Gi-Oh, stuff like that. You do that. I find that that's very useful. It's pretty much that old adage, out of mind, out of sight, out of sight, out of mind. Excuse me, that's the old adage, out of sight, out of mind. And that's something that's very useful when you're trying to take a break from the game of Yu-Gi-Oh. And I think it's a good idea because, like I said, prioritize, keep your things in order. Maybe this is just a hypothesis here, but maybe if more guys took breaks from the game of Yu-Gi-Oh, more Yu-Gi-Oh players would have more girlfriends. I mean, maybe that's one of the reasons why we're so absorbed with Yu-Gi-Oh we don't find time to find a significant other. That's just a weird hypothesis that popped in my head, but no offense to anybody that does not. But yes, these are just some good reasons why you can manage your life for the future. And sometimes it's just not the time to play Yu-Gi-Oh. You have to do other things. You have to try to find, like I've said many times before as I end this video here, you have to find a proper balance between Yu-Gi-Oh and life. And when you find that balance, you'll be more happier in the end. So till next time, guys, take care, have fun dueling, good luck dueling. I'll see all of you guys next time. And Seto Kaiba, I'm out of you guys till next time. Good luck dueling to you all. And I apologize that it's getting kind of dark as I'm making this video, so my face is probably getting very darker and the video is getting darker. It's about 7:30 at night, so it's getting darker and the visuals are not becoming as good. So till next time, guys, take care everybody though. Seto Kaiba, I'm out of here till next time, guys. Good luck dueling to you all. Hope this video was helpful. And down below in the comment section, tell me your thoughts on why it's sometimes a good idea to take a break from the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And what you learned from your experience from taking a break from the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! As well, if you have taken one. Till next time, guys, take care, everybody.